Hey everyone, today we have a 2018 Honda CR-V and we're going to do a test fit of the Thule Helium Pro 3 bike rack. Now this is a hanging style bike rack that allows you to get 3 of your bikes to and from your destination. It's going to have an onboard cable lock, which is going to be a great theft deterrent. Comes from the mast of the bike rack right here, comes over the frames of your bikes, locks into that slot right there. Take your included key and lock it up. Like I said, it's going to be a good theft deterrent. Unlock it when you're ready to unload your bikes. The cable comes out and stows in the mast of your bike rack. Now the bike itself is going to be held in at 3 different points. We're going to have 2 straps on the top tube, one of them towards the front right here, the other one right here towards the seat. The third point of contact is going to be this anti-sway cradle, which has a strap securing it. Once we get that secure, make sure we pull it tight. It's going to take out a lot of the unnecessary movement of our bike while we're traveling. It doesn't take out all the movement. You can see it still does sway a little bit, but it's going to help prevent a lot of bike-to-bike contact and bike-to-vehicle contact. Now we're going to remove the bike so that we can take a closer look at the rack. The straps are pretty easy to operate. They work just like a lot of other straps. You just push the tab and then the straps come out. Then we can remove it. Now I always like to replace my straps when I'm done, just so they're not flopping around at all. Makes the bike rack look a little bit more uniform if all of them are secured. Now with any hitch mounted accessory, you are going to have added length to your vehicle. In the case of our CR-V, we're going to measure from the bumper to the outermost point of our bike rack to see how much length we've added on. We've added on about 35.5 inches to the back of our vehicle. Now we can cut down on that space by folding down our arms. There's going to be a latch up here. We're going to pull that up, let it tilt down. Then you're going to hear a loud audible click, letting you know it's locked in place. Let's measure again from our bumper to the outermost point. We're at 19.5 inches added on to the back. That's a pretty big difference. This is something you want to keep in mind for any close quarter situations like parking. We'll measure our ground clearance while we're at it. We are sitting pretty close to the hitch and the axle. So 11 3/4 inches of ground clearance is going to be plenty to where you're not going to have to worry about bottoming out. If we want to gain access to the trunk, we can do so by tilting it away from the vehicle. I do want to make sure you point out that Thule does not recommend using this feature when you have bikes loaded, so you want to make sure it's empty. There's a latch at the bottom right here. We're going to pull up, let it tilt away. Now we can open up the trunk. You see the hatch has plenty of clearance between the bike and the hatch. Now we can grab any groceries, cargo, whatever we might need. To tilt it back up, all we're going to do is grab the top of the bike rack right here and just tilt up until we hear that loud audible click. Now let's come down and see how it attaches to our hitch. We're going to have a 2" by 2" hitch receiver on our CR-V. We have this retractable hitch pin, which is a little bit better than the through hitch pin because now we don't have to worry about lining it up. We just let the hitch pin glide on until it locks into the hole. Our anti-rattle system is back here. Once we tighten down that knob, we're going to take out all the shake and play from our bike rack while we're traveling. We can also lock that knob up so no one can loosen it and remove the bike rack without that key. And it's also going to be key to lock with your onboard cable lock. Thank you all for watching. That's going to do it for our test fit of the Thule Helium Pro 3 bike rack on our 2018 Honda CR-V.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action. This simulates turning corners or evasively maneuvering. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Once we get to the full speed bumps, we'll see the up and down action. This will be just like driving in and out of a parking lot, parking garage, or driveway.